These are Stylophones. Stylophone sent them to me to play with. So that's what we're going to do. The Stylophone is kind of an analog synth. I think it qualifies as a synth. And it uses a stylus to make contact with these keys that are actually part of the PCB, and that's how it makes sounds. And speaking of the circuit board, let's actually take a look inside this to see what's cooking. But before we do that, with the pandemic, people are really struggling right now. If you're one of the lucky ones, consider donating items, money, or food to your community's food banks, shelters, or other local programs. If you aren't sure where to start, resources will be down in the description. So the Stylophone opens up fairly easily with 4 Phillips head screws in the back. PCB is nicely labeled, showing where different portions of the circuit are located. And the keys can also be accessed from the back pads. I thought that was pretty interesting. The Stylophone has to be tuned, and it's tuned with a pot on the back. The intervals of the notes are maintained with resistors that are on each of the keys. This is similar to the Poly 555 synth in last week's video, and also the OK synth. It utilizes variable resistors for each note to tune them. And this is also seen in the pocket operator, the melodic ones. When you are adjusting the pitch, you use a potentiometer, and that's adjusting the resistance, which in turn adjusts which note is coming through. Some folks have actually modded pocket operators so that they're basically using the Stylophone setup where they measure the resistance for each note and then build out a little keyboard with those exact resistors dialed in. That may or may not be something I'm considering doing in the future. I think it could be pretty fun. But anyway, back to the Stylophone, the star of the show. It's really a classic instrument. It's been around since the late 60s. You've probably seen them in various locations. They've been used on a lot of famous albums by the likes of David Bowie, Kraftwerk, They Might Be Giants, just to name a few. It's just got a really classic kind of electronic sound. It can be a novelty, it can be serious. It really has this classic aesthetic. I think as an instrument, it's a great example of what can be achieved with fairly simple circuitry. People have also made DIY Stylophones as well. Haven't ruled that out yet. Just the experimentation of the keyboard could be really fun, just to see if you could get that working. Would be nice. This model is the Gen X1. I like the size of it, as you can see how it compares to the OG. It also has a lot more control over the sounds, which I like a lot, like attack, decay. Get some nice swooping up. That's fun. And the built-in delay feature sounds really nice. This, with the different effects, really makes it feel like a full-on instrument. Also has aux out, headphone out. Can adjust the pitch here. The classic Stylophone, this little guy here, I feel like it's kind of calling out to be modded. Just saying. I think it'd be nice to maybe mod it into a MIDI controller just for the lulz, if you will. May or may not be coming soon. But that's it for now. The Stylophone, a classic, nostalgic electronic instrument. Thank you for watching, and until next time, this has been Blitz City DIY.